We're live.
Hello, WrestleNet Radio listeners, and welcome to Slice of Time. 25 years ago in professional wrestling, news, notes, results, etc., etc., etc. I am your host, Nate Maxon, and thank you for joining us on WrestleNet Radio. And I am currently joined by the host of If You Smell What the Arch is Cooking, Archie Mitchell.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me again, Nate.
Yes, sir. And of course, we joked around because I screwed up. I forget what show it was we did. I screwed up and said, "Is the Arch cooking?" or something.
Yeah,
and we decided that became a whole nother show.
We were doing Aaron's show, and you said the host of Is Arch. What's the Arch cooking? And I'm like, the Arch ain't cooking nothing.
The Arch is doing a podcast,
right?
Well, this week the cover date for the issues that we will be covering is July. We're the week past Hogan's heel turn. Yes. So all of this news is cover dated July 20th, 1996. So covering that week. So you'll have the Raw and Nitro from July the 15th and etc. But there's not. I got to tell you, Archie, I know you're going to be disappointed. There aren't a ton of indie results this week.
Aww.
There are some, but not a ton. So we will get to those, of course.
We will never remember the name of that great wrestler that we heard on the first episode. I have to go back and re-listen to like the bitter end and just find that name again.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe I can go back through my shit here and see what it was through my computer. So one of the big stories of this week, 25 years ago, involves the Click.
Yes.
1-2-3 Kid Sean Waltman is headed to WCW this month, while fellow Click member Hunter Hearst Helmsley committed to 3 more years with the WWF. We know that's going to be many more years with the WWF.
Mm-hmm. After his part.
Yes. After a several-month hiatus for health reasons, Kid was ready to return to the ring, but the WWF offered him a choice. Even though his contract didn't expire until February of 97, he wanted to follow his fellow Click members and good friends Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to WCW. The WWF wouldn't stand in his way. Because of problems with injuries and his health, Kid was seen as both an asset and a risk by the WWF, and they didn't run him around if he was going to be unhappy or unreliable. The WWF had booked Kid in a mid-level position doing jobs most of the last year he wrestled in the WWF. Kid gave his notice Friday and is awaiting his official release, at which point he can sign a multiple-year deal with WCW. The funny thing about that is
he ends up back.
Yeah, he goes to WCW at this time, and he winds up back in the WWF right after WrestleMania 14.
A year later, yeah, it's like,
and he didn't have the good experience, I think, that he thought he was going to have being with his buddies in WCW.
I think Hogan's exact words in the promo was he couldn't cut the mustard.
Yeah,
and I thought that he did a great job in his matches against Eddie Guerrero. He had a couple of matches against Ric Flair where he excelled as well.
Jericho,
Rey Mysterio, he was great in the Cruiserweight division. But they were trying to make him just as big of a badass as Hall, Nash, and Hogan, not realizing that when he didn't have them with him, he was still the 1-2-3 Kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like when he was in the $1 Million Corporation, when he had Sid behind him, he was unstoppable. But then when it's just him and DiBiase, he got his ass kicked.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah. Well, and let's not really act like at this time he was kind of in a lose-lose situation here,
right?
Because he's going to WCW, probably thinks he's going to be, upper echelon of the NWO. Winds up just like I said, he had some good matches in WCW. They gave him some feuds, but he was never that. He was never up there in that era with Hogan and Hall and Nash.
Nope.
But counter to that, in the WWF, they're putting him in a diaper with a baby bottle.
Right.
He's pretty much jobber to the stars at this point. So either way, at this point, Waltman was kind of in a funky situation. So probably best for him to go to WCW, where he's probably going to make more money.
It gave him a chance to reinvent himself.
Mm-hmm.
And show back up in the WWE under a different light. And even though everybody went, "Oh God, that's 6. It's 1-2-3 Kid," he came back as a force because with DX, he was one of the main people. Mm-hmm. No matter what anybody says, it was him and Triple H as the top guys.
Yes.
and he got tag team title runs. He was European champion, so it did him a world of good getting away from the WWF for a year, and maybe getting the experience in WCW he did, because he realized it wasn't the place for him, and then he came back home.
Yeah. And in a couple of years, we'll talk about that as a big story. But
Yep.
yeah, definitely. Like I said, this is the beginning of a weird run, I think, for X-Pac in WCW. And then he winds up getting fired by FedEx, apparently. So,
which was Bischoff's go-to move, apparently. Phone calls and FedEx. Like, you couldn't just call them to the arena, fly them in, and be like, "Look, we had a great run. It's just not working out. We wish you well." But no, here, FedEx is going to deliver you your pink slip.
Right. What a prick. At that time, Eric, he did what he had to do, I guess. He was all right. Let's see. Little news and notes from the WWF. Ron Simmons is scheduled to debut for the WWF on the live Raw July 15th, which we know he's going to come out with a silly helmet on and attack Ahmed, but we'll get to that.
The funny part is that I believe when he did the attack, Jim Ross says, "That's Ron Simmons." And everybody knew it was him, but like for a split second, everybody went, "Why the fuck is he wearing that?"
Yeah, what the fuck?
what? How did he go from Florida State and the first Black World Heavyweight Champion in WCW history to being with Sonny and wearing a gladiator outfit? Now, I understand why they put him with Sonny. I'm more than sure that was a Jim Cornette thought. Put him with the clean cut white girl. Everybody will flip out.
That'll definitely get you some heat in the South.
But
that's why WCW put woman with Doom.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think he should have been the militant black, anarchist immediately, because that would have made it better for her to be with him.
Yeah, and I think the main reason for that is probably because they were just on the cusp of doing Attitude.
Right.
And
he came in and he attacked Ahmed, which we're going to see that next week, obviously. And his reason for attacking Ahmed was he's told a backstory that he knew guys like Ahmed when he used to be in the streets, and Ahmed is a punk, and well, if you're this big of a street thug, why are you wearing a gladiator outfit?
Right, you look ridiculous.
Are you walking around Chicago in a gladiator outfit, a thong?
At some point, he should have just been like, "I'm the only motherfucker bad enough to wear this outfit in public."
Right.
Test me. That's like when Ric Flair asked Ron Simmons why, because the Steiners roughed people up and potated people and shit, and Ric Flair asked Ron Simmons, "Ron, why don't the Steiners fuck with you?" And Ron looked at Rick and said, "Rick, I'm unfuckable."
Right. Exactly.
Let's see here. No update on the Bruise Brothers talks with the WWF. That's going to be they're going to be in DOA or whatever.
Well, didn't they come in as Jacob and Eli Blue for a little while?
That was in 95.
That was 95?
Yeah.
Because I know they came in again, and then they became 8 Ball and Chain.
Actually, you know what?
Or
They came in 96. I think we're eventually going to get... They wrestle in 96, and they have just like singlets on, and they're shaved. Right. I don't know if they call them the Grimm Twins.
The Grimm Twins, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
And then they head back to ECW for a couple more shows, and then right back to the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
So
the WWF did report on their 900 line Crush would be returning. He's going to be returning with the tattoo gimmick.
Yep.
The British Bulldog is strongly leaning toward, or has already decided to remain in the WWF and not accept an offer to join WCW. The WWF offered him a multi-year contract with a minimum guarantee reported at an estimated $250,000 a year for 5 years. WCW's offer was reported at $400,000.
Right, but he still wasn't ready to leave Brett yet. And
no,
he thought they might give him a world title run because he was still dealing with HBK and. Mm-hmm. He had delusions of grandeur, maybe getting at least a 1 month run with the title.
And I'm also wondering if maybe he was, you think about it deeper, was he banking on maybe Brett won't come back?
Right.
Because at this time Brett's on his little hiatus.
Right.
Let's see. Ultimate Warrior situation is status quo with no known negotiations, much less plans for him to return. If the two sides do reach an agreement, we probably won't know until he makes a surprise return, but odds seem against his returning, which we know he'll never come back until 2014.
Right.
I think it's 2014, isn't it? Yeah, 2014.
Yep.
On WWF Superstars, a promo aired with Michaels, Ahmed, and Sid. Michaels said in reference to Sid replacing Warrior, "Sure, he's a little wacky. That's the way we like him. At least he's reliable."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And Vince is feeding Sean these lines. Call him unreliable. Call him this. Call him that.
Yeah.
Because it was just he wanted to dig in the Warrior more and more.
Take some shots.
Yeah.
I think we discussed this last week that this young man was sick, but Owen Hart and Bret Hart's nephew, Matt Annis, died over the weekend.
Yes.
He went into a coma after getting viral disease that literally ate away his flesh. Jesus. He was a 13-year-old son of the Hart sister, not married to a wrestler, Georgia, and often wrestled Owen and Stu's ring for fun. Was this kid Teddy Hart's brother?
Has to be.
Because that last name, Annis, Annis, is it Annis?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not Anus.
No, I think it's Annis.
But that's Teddy Hart's last name, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I did not know that. It must be his brother.
To my understanding, Teddy has always been looked at as a black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be, and I hate to think this way, but it may have been because he didn't come from a wrestling background, like his dad wasn't a wrestler or his mom. And then when his brother passed away, he didn't want to be a part of wrestling because he kind of felt Brett was using his brother as a way to come back, which that wasn't. I didn't feel that way when I was younger. I still don't feel that way. I recently watched that episode when Brett said that he came back as a fan. He promised the fan he would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we found out it was his nephew. I don't think he used it as a, they're going to think I'm a great guy. No. He legitimately wanted to come back for his nephew passing away.
Right, yes.
But Teddy's always been a weird one, so never can tell.
Yeah, never know. You never know.
And you want to hear the funny part, Nate? I've met Teddy Hart 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
He is the biggest sweetheart to his fans. He travels with his white cat. He, walks around like an evil villain with his white cat in his hand.
What a heart.
You talk to him. And he talks for hours. He can talk to you for hours. He'll sign autographs without charging. He'll take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So I never understood why he rubbed promoters the bad way.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that I guess just if he doesn't, he's like a Bruiser Brody or whatever. If he doesn't like the situation, he'll just fucking walk.
Right.
And Yeah, kind of a pain in the ass. Aaron is joining us here. Aaron Maxon joining us on Slice of Time.
Hello.
So let's see here. We're running through WWF notes right now.
I thought you guys were like talking about some modern shit.
We did that a long time ago. All right, here we go.
It was like a minute ago. Whatever.
No, that was it. Barry Windham had jokingly brought up the idea that he could be Silver Dust. However, there's no word on whether that's actually being considered.
Oh God, that would have been horrible. 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them at the same time.
Imagine Barry Windham trying to do the effeminate gimmick.
When the vignettes for Goldust first started, I didn't recognize that it was Dustin Rhodes. Because the makeup was real heavy and the hair and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I finally realized it was him, even as a teenager, I went, Jesus, how did the natural Dustin Rhodes fall so far to be Goldust? So if that would have happened to Barry Windham, that would have been, it was bad what they did with him with the Stalker gimmick, but at least he was able to rebound and go back to WCW afterwards. Dustin's never been the same since Goldust.
Yeah, Dustin took that.
Kendall Windham could have came in and been Bronze Dust.
Oh. And if you lose to Bronze Dust, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah. You're probably going to forget the name of Bronze Dust. All right, let's see here. Action Zone underwent a facelift. Kevin Kelly, who announced periodically in Florida a few years back for Eddie Mansfield IWA, debuted as a new co-host with Jim Ross. They voiced over the matches from that weekend's Superstars and then went to Doc Hendricks for studio segments. The reviews for Kelly's debut thus far have been positive. He called moves by name and came across as natural and conversational behind the mic. I've always been a fan of Kevin.
I am too.
I actually liked when they replaced when they were Vince didn't give him a chance.
No.
Vince didn't give him long enough of a chance because remember they have that later on coming up here. They have that, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 TV tapings worth of him replacing Vince as the play-by-play guy on Raw. And I think he
Cole and Jerry and Jim Ross, I think.
It was a mix. Sometimes it was him, Ross, and Cole, and then it was also at one point him, Ross, and Lawler.
Right. No, Vince didn't give any of them a chance. Not even Jim Ross. The minute he'd get to be back on commentary, he'd run to the desk and be like, "It's mine."
Yeah, but WWF didn't give. I don't think they gave Kelly the chance to be a play-by-play guy.
Gone on record as saying that Vince didn't think he was aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, because that matters.
Does to Vince.
Yeah. Well, I always thought Vince's head was a little not aesthetically pleasing. So yeah. Your head's too small. Your head's too small for your body, Vince.
If we're talking about non-aesthetically pleasing, Vince should never appear on a WWF show again.
No shit.
He looks like the damn Crypt Keeper. Okay,
he looks like. Do you remember, Archie, the show DC Follies?
Yes.
Vince looks like a DC Follies puppet of Vince now.
Yep. When he came out for Triple H's birthday, when they were, doing that whole roast on him with nobody in the arena, and I saw the way he looked, I was like, Jesus Christ.
And he sounds terrible.
Like he needs oxygen for every word.
Yeah. Let's see here. Marty Jannetty missed his appearances due to legitimate family emergency this time around.
Yeah, sure.
He was hoping Brett would take him with him to WCW, so he was mourning the loss of Brett's nephew.
And the Wrestling Observer reports the specific gripe Warrior had regarding his likeness on merchandise was actually the slogan, "Always Believe," being used without his authorization. The WrestleMania payoff was not part of Warrior's blow-up with McMahon, even though he received his payoff just days before he began missing shows. It has been confirmed that his father died, although it's reported that Warrior had not had a relationship with his father since he was 3.
Right.
So, there you go. Warrior just being a Warrior. We're still talking about him.
You ever hear the joke? Should have never gave you people money.
Yeah.
That was like Vince gave him his WrestleMania payoff, and Warrior was like, "Yes, I'm going to party." And then someone was like, "Don't you have Raw tomorrow?" Fuck that.
Let's see here. Anything else? WrestleMania 97 is slated to take place at Chicago's United Center, which we know it will. Nope, that's it for the news. So let's check out let's see if we had any house shows here for the WWF this week. And we do. Get up here. July 11th in Albany at the Knickerbocker Arena. Justin Hawk Bradshaw pinned Bob Holly. I bet they beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, more than likely.
The Body Donnas won a 4-team elimination match against the Rockers, the Godwins, and the Smoking Guns.
Was Cloudy with them?
It does not say that Cloudy was with them, no. Let's see here. Stone Cold Steve Austin pinned Savio Vega. I know we see a trend with that match all the time here during this time. Owen Hart pinned Jake Roberts with his feet on the ropes.
Right, because he really needed his feet on the ropes to beat Jake Roberts.
And Jake was probably already laid out.
Yeah.
Undertaker pinned Mankind after a tombstone.
Nice.
Goldust beat Ahmed Johnson via reverse decision because Ahmed gave Goldust 3 Pearl River plunges. Mark Marrow pinned Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Sid beat the British Bulldog in less than a minute.
Damn.
I guess
they didn't know if he was re-signing yet.
Well, I guess if you think about it, the Sid's just back on the road now, so probably putting him over strong in the house shows.
Yeah, but
You
against
brought him back
Bulldog?
because the Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but against Bulldog, I mean, you could have put him over against anybody else. Put him against Freddie Joe Floyd. I mean, damn.
And Shawn Michaels beat Vader with a super kick. July 13th in Portland, Maine at the Cumberland County Civic Center. Bill Dunn announced that at the start that due to his suspension, Ultimate Warrior wouldn't appear. He said Sid was the replacement and refunds would be offered through the fourth match. I'm sure nobody probably took him up on that. The kids are probably like, Ultimate Warrior's not going to be here. And the dad's like, yeah, it was going to be like 2 minutes long. So
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're going to stay for the rest of the show.
Right.
Like, look, kid, Shawn Michaels is on this fucking show. Shut up and sit down.
Right. We paid to see The Undertaker, not the Ultimate Warrior.
Probably mostly going to be the same card. Let's see here. Yep. Bradshaw over Holly. The Body Donnas in the 4-way tag match go over. Cloudy was at ringside. Archie.
Good. I was worried.
Jimmy
underrated
Jimmy Shoulders was there.
Mm-hmm.
Austin beat Vega. Owen Hart pinned Roberts. Undertaker pinned Mankind. Yeah, pretty much the same lineup. Goldust beat Ahmed.
Was it by reverse decision again?
It doesn't say on this report.
Okay. I never understood matches ending because the ref felt that the wrestler was going too brutal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he delivered 3 pro rubber plunges. Like, Ahmed's excuse was, the dude kissed me on national television a couple weeks ago.
The only time that a reverse decision ever worked for me was Brett and Lawler at SummerSlam 93.
Right.
Just because of the heat that it put on Lawler.
Right.
You know, that worked for me.
But the match ended. My point is, okay, Ahmed delivered a pro rubber plunge. He didn't go for the pin. He delivered it 2 more times. And the referee decided, ring the bell. It's over. You know, it's like, what? Why? You know?
Yeah. Marrow pin Hunter. We got that on the last show. Sid beat Bulldog. Michaels beat Vader. So there you go. Same house show lineups for both shows this week for the WWF. Let's see. Monday Night Raw. Taped in Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is the Raw from 7/15. Taped on 6/24. Ahmed Johnson beat Bart Gunn to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Mark Marrow beat T.L. Hopper. That's right. T.L. Hopper, the wrestling plumber. Tony Anthony. Yeah, poor Tony Anthony. What a fucking worker. And
what a waste.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not okay, I don't want to say, oh, what a waste, Tony. I'm saying, like, him.
Yeah, what a waste. Yeah, him and that gimmick. Yeah. Him and Smoky Mountain, him and Continental. That's the way you book Tony. Of course, Vince McMahon probably thought he was too Southern.
And dumpy.
Yeah.
And not that he was, but that's how Vince probably looked at it.
He looks like a plumber. Give him a plunger. You know why I was upset that they made him T.L. Hopper? Because when it was Tony Anthony, known as the Dirty White Boy, he had the Dirty White Girl with him. Mm-hmm. And then she didn't come with him into the WWF.
Yeah.
I always liked her. I think her name was Vanessa or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he and the original Dirty White Boys tag team. Oh God, I can't remember the other dude's name.
Len Denton.
Yes, Len Denton. I've been watching.
They were the grapplers in Mid-South, and then they became the Dirty White Boys and all that.
I've been watching a lot of Continental on the suggestion of Chad Austin, and those guys are having a run in Continental that I'm watching right now, and they're so good. But again, it's Southern wrestling, and Vince don't like that. So
nope.
And then also on this Raw, the main event, Shawn Michaels beat Billy Gunn to retain the WWF title. And that was pretty much it for Raw.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Sonny brings out Shawn a birthday cake.
Let me see, is that on this show?
Shawn pushes it on her. Ahmed and Shawn make fun of her. And then that is the reason that Sonny says she brought Farouk in to beat the hell out of Ahmed Johnson.
Well, that's not the first time Shawn put his icing all over.
Right. I'm sure Ahmed watched them too.
Yeah.
Get Shawn.
Whoa. Who's back? Put it in the butt.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, WCW news for that. I don't know. I just went
Yes.
through puberty there. Like WCW.
You sounded like Howard Stern.
I sounded
in
like
the
Todd
movie.
Gordon. Listen here, Public Enemy. Let's see here. WCW didn't tape syndicated TV on July 13th, but did have some special attraction matches and autograph sessions at Disneyland. Listen to this. Without cameras, WCW presented the Public Enemy against the Gambler and Prince Iaukea.
So why would they had cameras there?
Huh?
They missed that classic by not having cameras there.
Guerrero beat Kidman. I know, it's like losing those Steamboat Flair matches from '79.
Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero beat Billy Kidman.
that was actually probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit beat Alex Wright.
That was probably pretty good.
Big Bubba beat Joe Gomez.
That was
was
awesome.
good.
That's a main event in any town.
That's shit. The Steiners beat Joey Maggs and Hugh Morris. It's a weird team.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't Hugh Morris get like Barbarian or Ming or one of the other members of Dungeon of Doom?
Barbarian's like, I'm not doing it, brother. Ice Train beat Cobra.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Those are the special attraction matches for the people at Disney World.
I have a question.
Yeah, they were
Did you-
special.
Did you ever find it odd that the guy who played Cobra went on to play the fake Sting? Like the name is almost similar because Sting
Yeah,
had
very
the
similar,
scorpion, you know, I don't know.
He's like, venomous creatures are my gimmick, brother. That's why you got to make me the fake Sting, Bischoff. Venomous creatures. Kevin Sullivan may be working without a contract at this time.
Why? He was the booker.
I don't know. This is also dirt sheet stuff, so it could be bullshit,
Right.
but it's fun to read anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that makes no sense.
Let's see here. In response to WWF's 900 report, WCW says they are involved in the Jim Carrey movie being filmed this fall, that Sting and the Giant will have roles in the movie. What movie is that?
Yeah.
Man on the Moon.
No.
Read it again.
In response to the WWF's 900 report, WCW says they are involved in the Jim Carrey movie being filmed this fall, and that Sting and Giant will have roles in the movie.
Neither one were in that.
I want to look up Man on the Moon and see when it was filmed.
I think they're talking about.
I honestly can't remember when it came out.
Did they cut Sting and the Giant from the movie? As well? I don't think they were in that movie.
Well, they weren't, but I'm just saying that's the movie they're probably talking about.
The movie came out in '99, but when did it start development? It was shot in the winter of '98, so this is 2 years before. This is two and a half years before that.
Maybe the Truman Show.
I don't know. That's something I have to look and see what Jim Carrey movie filmed in '96 that a wrestler might have been in.
Right.
Anything else here? WCW news. Chris Jericho is expected to begin in late August or September after he finishes his run in ECW. One key to him jumping was the chance to work for New Japan, given WCW's relationship with New Japan.
Which didn't last that much longer.
This news note is wrong. Brian Clark won't be a part of Blood Runs Cold. He absolutely was a part of Blood Runs Cold.
Right.
Starrcade may take place in Japan. No, sorry, it takes place in Nashville for like 3 years. Very not Japan here.
The Japan of the South. Nashville, Tennessee.
The Japan of the South.
Bad dirt sheet, damn. They're getting everything wrong.
Let's see here. Is there any other? There aren't even any. Wait. Oh, here we go. Yeah, but here we go. We got tapings. WCW tapings are always fun.
There we go.
You know, you have an untelevised. you have an untelevised match where it's like Tommy Rogers versus Lanny Poffo or something, just random shit. Guys they had under contract and weren't using. WCW Saturday night. July 9th, WCW taped the July 13th edition of WCW Saturday Night. Kevin Sullivan and Mang and Barbarian and Hugh Morris won a squash. And then they all ate the squash. Good job on winning it, guys.
So Barbarian was like,
stupid.
Barbarian was like,
We won
right,
the squash.
I'm not teaming with you. You team with Joey Maggs, but I got you at the taping.
Yeah, you got to be at the taping because I want to win this rutabaga. All right, let's see here. Greg Valentine beat Bull Payne.
Damn.
Conan beat Top Gun. Who's Top Gun? You remember Top Gun, Aaron? I don't remember no Top Gun.
No fucking idea.
I remember, I'm a big fan of jabronis, so I remember a lot of the jabronis, but I don't remember Top Gun. Okerlund interviewed Conan, who said he wanted a rematch against Ric Flair. Ric Flair and Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit beat Alex Wright and Cobra and Mark Starr. Alex Wright's like, I'm working with who tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, the Horsemen, yeah, but look who you're giving me as partners.
Give me Joey Maggs as my partner, something.
Mark Starr's Chad Austin's buddy, though, so we won't bury him. The Dungeon of Doom, including the Giant, made the save. Wait, hold on. I skipped a line. Oh, after the match, Conan ran in to get revenge for his U.S. title loss. When the Horsemen overwhelmed him, the Dungeon of Doom, including the Giant, made the save, although they didn't necessarily show signs of an alliance with Conan.
Right.
Old Rough and Ready, Mike Enos and Dick Slater beat Todd Morton and Joe Gomez. Okerlund interviewed Colonel Parker and Rough and Ready. Why would they get an interview?
Because Dirty Dick had something to say.
I guess he did. In the TV main event, the Harlem Heat beat the Public Enemy when Stevie Ray pinned Rocco Rock.
Did the Public Enemy ever get a win in WCW? Well, no, they were the tag team champions for like 2 weeks. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they got like the fluke win deal.
Yeah.
All right, and then the WCW Disney tapings. July 10th in Orlando at the Worldwide tapings, Diamond Dallas Page beat Chip Minton.
Damn.
Jim Powers beat the Gambler.
Jim Powers actually won a match?
Yeah, I like the Gambler. Gambler's one of my favorite jobbers ever. He always had good matches. He always, the jobber guys, that's why I love jobbers, man. They don't get respect. They're fucking carpenters. They do, if they do their job right, they make stars. I love jobbers.
If I could find a tiny black windbreaker, I'll make a Gambler custom.
I like it.
Just get American bag down.
What's
that?
Like a little, like cut like a hefty bag and like a jacket.
Yeah, maybe.
The American Males beat High Voltage. Chris Benoit beat Joe Gomez. Gomez is all over TV.
He's losing every match.
Medusa beat the dust off of Debbie Combs. I put in the dust. They didn't put that here, but she's old at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Like.
Sorry, Debbie.
Listen, Medusa, you're coming back to WCW. You're going to drop the WWF Women's title in the trash. We're going to get you some quality opponents for
opponents.
For you to fight. Her name to Debbie Toombs.
Scott Norton beat Mark Starr. Mike Enos won a squash. Kevin Sullivan was mad that Mike Enos got his squash.
Yeah.
That's my new joke. At least for a couple of weeks.
That's my squash.
Yeah. That's a pumpkin right there.
Yeah.
Barbarian and Meg won a squash. Everybody's winning squashes. They all got a nice cornucopia going on here.
Right. Thanksgiving or what?
Rey Mysterio won a squash. Everybody gets a squash.
That's how the Dungeon of Doom got Conan. If you join us, you'll get a squash.
Diamond Dallas Page beat Craig Pittman. The fucking Gambler won a squash. Good for him.
Who did he squash?
It doesn't say who he squashed. Leprechaun beat Todd Morton. Leprechaun.
That would have been
Buddy Lee Parker.
Yeah, Buddy Lee Parker.
I never knew how they made him look smaller. Like Buddy Lee Parker was a short guy, but he had a big big chest and big stature. When he became the Leprechaun, it's almost like he shrunk 5 inches.
I think probably camera angle. It had to be a camera angle.
Yeah.
He was slinking down in embarrassment.
Rock and Roll Express beat High Voltage.
I want to say that was a good match, but I'd be lying. I mean, the Rock and Roll probably put on a great match, but
John Tenta beat Max Muscle.
oh God
damn it!
Did he cut the hair yet?
I've been like, I get my money back for that Warrior match. Not being on there, be like, that's a different show, guy. But this is bad enough.
John Tenta goes home every week. His wife's like, "Are you ever going to cut your hair?" You're being, I can't. It's kayfabe.
Public Enemy beat Steve and Scott Armstrong.
Wow, that's so horrible.
Bobby Walker won a squash. And to end the show, VK Wall Street won a squash.
That was the main event?
Yep.
A squash for VK Wall Street?
Yes. July 11th in Orlando at the Worldwide tapings. Scott Norton beat Todd Morton. Sound like a tag team.
Right? Morton Norton.
Hey, Norton.
Hey, Norton.
Hey, Norton.
Alex Wright beat Buddy.
Kevin Sullivan. Hey, Norton. Hey, Norton. Did you get a good match at a Norton?
Alex Wright beat Buddy Valentine.
Bang, slam, right in the kiss.
Right in the kisser. To the moon.
To the moon with Morton. I'm sorry, that's stupid.
No.
Billy Kidman pins Psychosis.
That was probably pretty good.
The Blue Bloods beat Steve and Scott Armstrong. I bet that was good.
That was
goddamn good.
Yeah.
That was a goddamn good match. And
don't even have to see it.
Nobody watching it even understood how good that goddamn match was.
I'm going to look it up on YouTube. When we're done, I'm going to see if I can find it on YouTube.
Right? That was
like
probably
none of them guys, none of the 4 of those guys would have just been like, hey, there's like 8 people here. Let's just phone it in.
Right.
I guarantee it.
That was a 15-minute bat classic, I guarantee you.
And nobody knew what they were seeing.
Chris Benoit beat Eddie Guerrero.
Jesus Christ, that's the same story, just 2 people.
This is the Worldwide tapings.
Everybody's still in Disney World while this is going on.
Slater and Enos beat Mike Winter and Mark Starr. I think they were men at work. The Gambler beat Chad Brock. Another win for my boy, the Gambler.
Damn.
Leprechaun beat Joe Gomez.
How? Wow. Even the Leprechaun beat Joe Gomez?
Yeah.
I was going to ask, how did the Gambler not get like a TV title run after these wins?
Craig Pittman. Oh, here's why. Because now Craig Pittman beat the Gambler.
Oh, those fuckers.
He was tired from the last one.
Yeah.
This one actually is kind of weird because I didn't even know in '96 Scott Norton beat Manny Fernandez. I don't remember Manny being in WCW in '96.
They used him as enhancement talent. I don't even think they would announce him by name.
You know what's funny? I was just watching Steve Austin interviewing Goldberg, and he talked about Manny Fernandez and how he had his first match in WCW, not on TV, because obviously he had his first TV match with Hugh Morris, but he had like his first like outing of showing people what he could do with Manny Fernandez, and they asked him like, "What's your finish?" And he's like, "I have no idea." And they were like, "Well, what do you want to be called?" And he was like, "The Hybrid." And they're like, "We're not going to call you that." And he was like, "Okay."
Hybrid.
And he said, "Well, just call me Bill Goldberg then." So he goes out there and he just thought about like football tackling Manny Fernandez, and he just told Manny, he's like, "Manny, do you trust me?" And Manny was like, "Nope." And he goes, "Well, just jump into it, brother." And that's how he came up with the spear.
Well, no shit.
So yeah, Manny was there at that time.
Manny, do you trust me? Motherfucker, I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who I am at this point.
You wanted to be called the Hybrid. Of course I don't trust you.
Dean Malenko beat Billy Kidman. God damn, this is an awesome worldwide taping. Jesus. Conan beat Kurosawa.
That was probably good too.
Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit beat Jim Powers and Jim Gomez. Joe Gomez. Sorry, Jim Gomez.
No, he changed his name because he was losing
That's his
too much.
twin brother.
Yeah,
He changed his name halfway through the night. No, I'm Jim.
I'm Jim.
I'm so
Let me
embarrassed
win.
because I lost to
I'm
the
not
game.
I'm not
I'm
a fuck,
Jim Gomez. Let me
not a-
win.
not a fucking loser like Joe. Eddie and Chavo Guerrero beat High Voltage.
Damn.
Ice Train beat Max Payne. Big Bubba beat Chip Minton. Harlem Heat beat Mike Enos and Dick Slater. Hacksaw Duggan beat Buddy Valentine. This card kind of went downhill. Like it was really good at the beginning.
Yeah.
John Tenta beat Cuban Assassin. And weird fucking match. Prince Iaukea beat Manny Fernandez. That's a weird. I don't know. That's a weird match to
All
me.
right.
Like,
They're like, thanks for coming out.
We hope you enjoyed the middle of the card.
yeah.
2 points. I believe the Cuban Assassin and Manny Fernandez were used as a tag team as well. And 2, I picture Chip Minton coming out like an ice cream man in an all-white outfit and a hat, throwing ice cream bars.
And they're all
in the
mint
crowd.
chocolate chip.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You know, I'm Chip Minton. You know,
I'm thinking it's like Prince Iaukea being mad about his payoff, and he's like, "Wait a minute, that was the main event.
right?
I went on last. Well, you gave me $50.
I wrestled the Raging Bull. All right, here we go. Nitro, July the 15th, live from Orlando, Florida. Rick and Scott Steiner beat Scott Norton and Ice Train. And I think they're starting the breakup between Norton and Ice Train here.
Yeah.
that
Ice Train wanted to go with Teddy Long.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Norton was like, "Have you ever seen anybody that got managed by Teddy Long after Doom that had any success?"
Right. Right.
Okerlund interviewed Norton and Ice. Norton screamed at Ice for his mistake at the previous match. Ice said he follows the rules. Teddy Long then interrupted and said he didn't want to see these two break up because they make a great tag team. Scott Norton shoved Teddy Long out of his way, and Ice Train came to Long's defense, although no blows were exchanged. So there you go. You were spot on there, Archie.
Yeah. But this is what I never understood. Ice Train didn't know Teddy Long before this. It wasn't like there was a bunch of interaction going on with them. So for him to come to Teddy Long's defense made no sense.
Well, this
You know what I mean?
this is wrestling booking before the year 2000.
Right.
And it's we're both black. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. It's like
Right.
I'm black, you're black. We
Stop
we either have to feud with each other or be friends.
Right.
Yeah, stop trying to poke holes in the epic feud that was Ice Train and Scott Norton.
I apologize.
Dean Malenko beat Billy Kidman. Harlem Heat beat Rough and Ready when Booker T pinned Mike Enos. Yeah. That was a good tag team, Mike Enos and Dick Slater.
I agree.
They should have went farther than they did.
Well,
I'm a Mike Enos fan.
Slater was still coming off of his team with Bunkhouse Buck.
Mm-hmm.
And Enos was supposed to be with Wayne Bloom, and then he, but they worked well together and they had a good look. But I think what was hurting them was the whole Colonel Robert Parker and Sensational Sherry storyline.
Yeah, they were kind of caught up in that shit.
Yeah, only Harlem Heat came out looking good from that, not them.
Mm-hmm. Medusa pinned Malaya Osaka.
Probably a good match.
This is another one of those cool things about that Panama City, not the Panama, but that Orlando arena, or whatever you want to call it, makeshift arena in Orlando we talked about it last week, how we all liked that WCW, the outdoor arena. This was the week that Kevin Nash and Scott Hall took the big blankets and put NWO over the WCW.
Yep.
as the sun is setting. Just it's one of those visuals you don't forget, as a wrestling fan. There's certain things
Right.
that just stick in your head, and that was one of them for me. Meng pinned Arn Anderson. Eddie Guerrero beat Chris Benoit via countout. After spilling out of the ring, Malenko ran to ringside and rammed Benoit into the ring post.
That was a feud that never really got to take off.
Mm-hmm.
Benoit and Malenko.
Yeah, well, and they were also intertwined for so long. Sometimes it's hard to pin down what's this
Right.
match or when did this happen, or
Right.
Eddie and Benoit and Malenko. Their careers. They all feuded with each other and teamed with each other and everything so off and on so much.
Right.
Is this that MGM stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big WCW in the background that we were talking about, how we all liked the way that looked. And
I missed that. Sorry, but yeah, this is good stuff.
Lex Luger beat Big Bubba to retain the TV title.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, I've got lost on my notes here. Bischoff expressed concern for Luger's well-being, considered none of his friends were around to help him should the outsiders attack him. And then Bischoff talked about Luger's concussion at the Bash, kind of putting over that he's,
because Luger was a shitty friend. Like, he was the worst friend in wrestling.
I was about to say that too, Aaron. When you think about it, during the whole time of Luger being in the Dungeon of Doom but not being in the Dungeon of Doom, Sting stood by him and would tell Macho Man and Hogan every week, "He's my friend, leave him alone."
Mm-hmm.
The minute they thought Sting was going to join the NWO, Luger was like, "Oh God, Sting turned." Like, really, dude? You couldn't give him the benefit of the doubt for 1 week?
And Sting's apparently your friend, and you can't notice that this dude isn't Sting.
Right.
Luger's a shitty friend, so I'm glad he got beat up.
Definitely.
And then, of course, Hall and Nash jumped Luger from behind as Luger, blah, blah, blah. Hogan then walked to the ring in all black. The fans unanimously booed. And then Hogan did his big interview, his first interview since Bash at the Beach at this Nitro. Looking svelte. Hulk Hogan looking good at this time.
I always thought his airbrushed NWO shirt with the skull on it for this interview was awesome because it was one of a kind, obviously.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. This was during the time before they had started like creating merch.
Right.
So they're all just like Hall and Nash are just wearing like Hall's wearing like a cut off plaid shirt and jeans and
right.
And they just or no, Nash was with Scott Hall would wear frosted jeans and a frosted jean vest.
But he's not trying to be Razor Ramon, ladies and
like a 90s Jordache commercial.
I ain't Razor Ramon. I'm Denim Darren.
Chico.
Yeah. I just look at him, it's like, Jordache. Okay. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Because I want to pee and have a smoky smoke.
Sounds
and
good.
Then we can do the ECW stuff and the very little independent results that I have this week.
I'm not that excited for the independent results.
I know. When I say it, though, you still have to do the yeah.
Well, it's going to be more like, yay.
When the crowd went mild. Yay.
Yeah.
Or no, like on Monty Python. And the villagers rejoiced. Yay.
That's exactly what I was doing. Yay. How's everything been, Aaron?
I've just been working my ass off. Other than that, it's been all right. It's not terrible.
Okay.
Just, like I said, work's been nuts because we're shorthanded management-wise. But
right.
But we got a new crop of managers rolling in, so hopefully they're
okay. Cool. Right.
My new boss, he seems pretty cool. Pretty cool.
They hired somebody new to be like the manager above you, the boss?
Yeah, because like our store manager, she's the same lady, but our like how management works at Walmart is like you have a store manager, and then you have a
Right.
store lead, and then you have coaches. Which I'm a
Okay.
coach.
Right.
And like I'm over like the receiving aspect of it. That's my main gig. And then
Right.
you get somebody that's over like GM and apparel, and then you got a coach that's over like the grocery side of it, and then you got a coach that's over the front end of it. And we had like a few coaches that just fucking flaked out and quit.
Really?
So, yeah. So we've been having to like double up our areas, you know, because you can't just say, oh, well, that coach isn't here, so fuck it, you know.
Right.
But we got new ones rolling in.
Was it just the pressure of like everything going back to normal and more people going to be in the store, or
It was just people that didn't. And then there's third shift coaches, but it was just a bunch of people that I shouldn't say a bunch. It was like 3 people that just couldn't handle
wow?
having their job. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like okay, like if you have a bad night or your area is struggling,
Right.
take ownership of it and let the person tell you that you're doing a shit job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then fix it. These people were just not able to handle that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that
I
make
get
sense?
it. Yeah, I get it.
But we got new people in there, and our store lead that we had got promoted, and he
Okay.
became a store manager, and he got sent to another
okay.
store. And now we have a new guy, and he seems pretty cool. And everybody's talking about how like quiet he is, and I've been talking to the guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's quiet, which is fine, and he's a nice dude, but he's almost like I don't want to say like he's working people, but it's almost like talking to the guy, he knows exactly what he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think he is confident enough that he knows what he's talking about, that he doesn't have to be loud and
Okay.
like boisterous about it,
Right.
where he knows that he knows what he's talking about. And if he tells somebody something and they try to call him, he's gonna school them. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Does that
Right.
make sense?
He's staying quiet enough so that he's kind of almost begging somebody to fall out of line with him. So
Yeah.
he could show them why he is who he is.
Yeah, it's like the minute you try to like call this guy on some shit, he's gonna put you in your place.
Right.
And that's just what I think, and I think he's gonna do good.
All right.
Because he asked me, he was like, "Hey, Aaron, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to keep doing exactly what I'm doing right now." He goes, "You want to be a store lead?" I was like, "Absolutely not." It's like, I'm a foot soldier, man. I'm the dude that I'm not the dude that decides what fire to put out. I'm the guy that you can tap me on the shoulder, point at me, and go put that
out. Right.
Like, I will do that. And you don't have to worry about how I'm going to do it. You know, you don't have to worry about what tools I'm going to use to put it out. Just
Right.
tell me to go put that out, and I'll go put it out. And you don't have to worry about it. Like, when you come back tomorrow, that fire will be extinguished. Don't ask me how I did it.
That's funny.
Just know it's going to be put out. And he was like, all right, man. Keep doing your thing. But yeah, we're
all right. Well, any new figures come in?
No. I tried ordering. I was like, we got like a basic. Is that what they call them? It's not like the elite things. It's
right.
Just like, yeah, we got like I saw like a WWE basic thing. I was like, I'll open that up, see what's in there. Because there was a what's that guy's name? When he was in ROH, I was a big fan of him.
Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic Dijakovic. I was like, oh man, his face was like his whatever
Yeah.
graphic was on the back of the figure. So I'm gonna see if that's in there, and it wasn't.
Right.
It was just like Lacey Evans, Triple H in a suit.
Yeah, I have
And
3 of those Triple H in the suits.
But I kind of wanted that Novak thing. What was his name in ROH?
That was his name in ROH, Dominic Dijakovic. They changed it in WWE.
What do they call him now?
Well, they call him Dominic. No, in ROH he was Dominic Dijak. In WWE they call him Dijakovic.
Yeah, I wanted that Dijak figure because I liked that guy, and I actually saw him in Ring of Honor. And I was like, that dude's a big motherfucker.
Yep.
Like he's big, but he can fucking work. And I was like, oh, WWE's gonna sign that guy.
And they did, and
they did.
In NXT he was great. Him and Keith Lee put on great matches.
Keith Lee fucking tore it down.
And then
what do they do with him now?
His name is T-Bar, and he was in Resolution.
Oh, he was that guy that was like tweeting good shit out. Like he was talking smack to people and stuff.
Yeah, but when you see him on Raw, he's not the same guy. He's wearing a mask, and he's just a big old hunk of shit. They lost him and his tag team partner Mace lost to the Lucha House Party this past week on Raw.
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
Do you work tomorrow?
Huh?
Do you work tomorrow?
No, I'm doing a bunch of shit to prepare for the move tomorrow.
Okay, well, I keep forgetting to give you that Buddy Murphy deal, so I'll walk it over there tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you sending it in to be signed, Nate?
I don't know. Can he sign it, Buddy Murphy? Or does he have to sign it?
He can sign it Murphy. He can't sign it Buddy Murphy.
WWE's stupid.
No, I think it's his choice because his last name in WWE was Murphy. He wasn't Buddy Murphy anymore.
Well, I know they were doing the shit where they were telling guys they couldn't.
You want to know the truth? I think that was BS because Aleister Black ended up signing with AEW. You know what I mean? So he could have still signed his figures Black because his new name is Malachi Black. You know what I mean? But I think he was just being an asshole when David and them were talking to him about a virtual meet and greet.
Yeah, he probably found out he was going to be able to go to AEW quicker and was like, I'm not doing this shit now.
Right.
All right, let's see here. 57. All right, now let's talk ECW here. On the road, July the 12th in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Taz beat Mikey Whipwreck. Louis Spicoli beat El Puerto Ricano. Tarzan Goto beat Axel Rotten. Shane Douglas fought Chris Jericho to a 30-minute draw.
It's probably good.
Was probably good.
Samoan Gangsta Party fought the Dudleys to a no contest. The only way that could go down.
That was probably bad.
Bad Crew beat Havoc Inc. Who was Havoc Inc?
I have no Havoc Inc. was Devin Storm and that guy. You guys know his name.
Ace Darling?
No, the guy. Remember with the collar and he would come out with the redheaded girl.
Damian Kane?
Yeah, that was their name in ECW. Havoc Inc.
That's totally lost on me. I do not remember that at all.
Well, I used to read the spoilers a lot for the house shows, and I remember it being them.
Yeah, I'm totally that's lost to my brain.
Yep.
I mean, it's back now, but it's gone.
It's still gone.
Sandman beat Blue Meanie.
That was probably a funny match.
Yeah. Too Cold Scorpio beat Pitbull number 2.
That was probably good.
Bill Alfonso beat Todd Gordon after hammering him with a board. That was probably
so
terrible.
Bad. That sounds so bad.
It was probably so bad it was entertaining. The Eliminators beat the Gangstas to retain the ECW tag titles.
That was probably killer.
Sabu beat the Shah. Hack Myers.
I love Hack.
And Terry Gordy and Tommy Dreamer beat Raven and Brian Lee.
Probably a decent match.
We actually have some ECW notes this week. With the landscape of cable sports channel ownership in the midst of great change, ECW may end up without its MSG time slot separate from their broadcast on Prime Network affiliates. I know at some point in 96, they wound up on the Sunshine Network.
Yep.
Because, and the reason I know that is because we actually got the Sunshine Network
So did we.
here.
So did we.
And that was the first time in 96. Like, I had always read about ECW.
Right.
But in 96 was actually the first time I got to watch ECW because of that. Because
Right.
it was on Sunshine Network.
I was watching, and then it went dark for me for like 3 months because it didn't have a channel in New Jersey that they would show it on. And then the minute it showed up on Sunshine Network, I was flipping through the guide, and it was like, oh, ECW. And do we get this channel? Clicked on it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Cool.
So it was just back. But they were like that. That would happen all the time in Jersey. You'd get it for 3, 4, 5 months, and then you'd lose it, and I'd end up tape trading with some of my friends for other episodes, weeks that I missed, and then they'd just show back up, and then all of a sudden they were on TNN.
Yeah. Yeah. The story of ECW.
Yeah.
And then they weren't on anything.
We're not anything.
And then Paul Heyman was at WrestleMania.
Right.
Johnny Smith may start soon in ECW here. Let's see here. Any other news? Pitbull 1 is expected back within 2 months to reteam with Pitbull 2. That was like the first, because talking about the Sunshine Network stuff. And again, having read about it in the magazines, I mean, I knew of ECW. I knew it was this kind of big deal and underground and people were really digging it. But the first ECW that I saw on TV was literally Shane Douglas with the Halo thing with the Pitbull. That was the first ECW that I ever actually got to lay my eyes on back in the day. And to say it was intriguing is an understatement.
Right.
Let's see. Any other news here other than Bubba Ray Dudley needing some stitches? There were no injuries after Saturday's ECW Arena show. ECW finalized its deal with Univision in Boston on July 12th. Their start date was moved to July 19th. And that is that for ECW news. Let's check out the TV real quick, and then we'll get to the indie results.
Prediction, 2 matches, and then a bunch of Pulp Fiction-like interviews.
ECW shows are always tough to read a recap of because you're just like, this crazy shit happened, and then they flipped to this crazy shit happening. On ECW TV for July the 12th, 96, the Gangstas versus the Eliminators never got underway, as the Gangstas were attacked by the Samoan Gangsta Party and the Bruise Brothers. A couple of minutes later, New Jack's face was covered in blood. The Eliminators said the Bruise Brothers didn't do them any favor and challenged them. The Bruise Brothers charged the ring, and a brawl began. When Saturn hit a Bruise with a top rope elbow style, says Macho Who, snap into that. After 5 minutes of good brawling, the Gangsters returned to the ring and attacked both other teams. That's an ECW right there, folks.
Yep.
And they were all awarded a squash.
The Samoan Gangsta Party fought Axel Rotten and Hack Myers to a no contest. Sabu pinned Rob Van Dam.
That was probably really good.
A segment aired with Raven and Stevie Richards outdoors at night. Raven told Richards if he lost the ECW belt for him, he would not survive his wrath. Richards said, "What does that mean?"
Classic Stevie.
I love Stevie and Raven together.
Oh, yeah.
Just so good. So fucking good. Let's see. A Pulp Fiction montage aired,
of course,
including Blue Dust, Terry Gordy, Richards and Raven, Dreamer, Too Cold Scorpio, Pitbull number 2, Francine, Shane Douglas, Chris Jericho, Todd Gordon, the Samoan Gangsta Party, Richards and Meanie, who were playing war games in Gordon's office. When Gordon walked in, they pretended they were cleaning.
That's funny.
The Gangstas, Sandman's son telling Raven, "Now I know what a father really is supposed to be like." Raven then kissed him on the cheek. Peaches then gave Raven extended arm symbol and said she's finally gotten to him. That was ECW TV for that week.
Wait. It was exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm.
2 matches and a Pulp Fiction montage.
Bunch of other shit going down, yes.
It was probably fucking awesome.
It was probably great, yeah. 16-year-old me was like, yes, more.
38-year-old me is like fucking awesome. Better
All right.
Too
now.
bad Peacock won't let us watch that shit.
Here we go. 2 indie shows this week, Archie.
Yay.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. 3.
Oh,
Fucking
wait.
awesome.
Yes!
But one's one of those ones that only has 1 match listed.
Jesus Christ. Why?
I think it's whoever's sending in the reports isn't sending it. Like some drunk guy sends in the report, but he only wrote down 1 match.
They're upsetting the one fan in the audience.
Tom Brady beat Pez Watley.
June 22nd in Brighton, Tennessee. It is AWA Southern States Wrestling. Blade Bordeaux beat our friend Chad Austin.
Damn. Now was
Johnny
Chad
Ri-
still the champion?
No, I think
Oh,
I think there was a schmoz thing with that belt. The last I love that we're
okay.
keeping up with
Yeah,
this.
that was Chad being Terry Funk and going into the locker room being like, "Oh, I can make that guy, and I can make that guy."
Yeah, I can make Blade Bordeaux.
I need to appreciate that joke.
Sorry,
Blade
sorry,
Bordeaux was
sorry,
a pretty good indie wrestler.
sorry, Chad, you didn't make Blade though. Johnny Red beat JT Storm.
Okay.
Lady Vixen. I bet she's
Ooh.
big
Yeah.
and old.
And probably has a
leather.
mullet,
Wearing leather.
has
Yeah,
a mullet,
as a mullet.
summer teeth,
At one time slept with Greg Valentine.
has summer teeth.
Well, she beat Miss Best by disqualification.
Wait, no, you can't beat Miss Best.
She did because she's
Well, no.
fucking Lady Vixen. And
But
she
now
fucked
she's the
Greg
worst.
She was like, "Bitch, what can you do to me that God ain't done yet?"
Valentine.
Where's my $25 for this match?
Give me my goddamn
You really
$25.
think somebody got paid $25 on this show?
Lady Vixen did.
Chad Austin only made 30. Listen to this tag team name. Pretty Dangerous.
I like it.
We're pretty dangerous.
I like it.
Well, they beat Blade Bordeaux and Tim White.
Oh,
I'm
Blade
assuming it's not the
Bordeaux
referee. I'm assuming it's not the referee, Tim White.
Blade Bordeaux played,
Blade Bordeaux worked twice.
and he
Yeah.
still only made $20 for the night.
He got a double cheeseburger.
Yep.
Danny Be Good beat Derek King.
Danny, be good.
Danny, be good.
Be good. Poor guy couldn't be good.
Don't take your guns to town, son.
Yeah.
Danny, be good. Terry Golden beat Moondog Spot via disqualification to earn a title shot next week. Next week. All
Which
right.
happened.
Against who?
Yeah, last I know,
Blade Bordeaux.
last I knew, Terry Golden was the champion of this
Right.
organization. But who knows?
Right.
All right, moving on. Southeast Championship Wrestling, June 22nd in St. Matthews, South Carolina at the
Tully
Armory.
Blanchard there.
What?
No.
Southeast, wasn't it? Wasn't Tully big in Southeast?
That's
Anyway,
when Southeast was big. No, that was Southwest.
Okay.
It's at the Armory. Attendance 80.
Nate? Nate?
More people were in Walmart today than went to the show.
Nate? It's
Yes.
always at the Armory. Or the VFW.
Or in a parking lot somewhere.
Right. Right.
Bull Baker beat Bunkhouse Brawler.
Jesus.
That match.
Christ.
I don't even know who those guys are, but you know that match was bad. Like
That should have been, they should be a tag team, the Double Bs. Bull Baker and damn.
The referee was the candlestick maker.
Michael Martel and C.W. Justice, managed by Spike Callahan. You know, Spike Callahan had like a cane.
Yeah.
And fucking Jaw Jack the Hillbillies at ringside.
And
Probably
a
world
big
fake
I
gold
love indie wrestling managers.
chain. Big fake gold chain that said Spike on it.
They're the guy that drove him there. I bet what was the guy's name? Spike Baker.
Spike Callahan.
Callahan.
Yeah, he had a fedora,
Oh yeah.
and cane,
Fish in
and
his shoes.
and probably like
He is
one
decked
of those
out head.
one of those ties that look like a keyboard.
Yeah. Yes. I was about to say he's decked out head to toe from shit he bought at Spirit Halloween.
Yeah,
Right.
or
Like
Spencer.
I fucking love indie managers, man.
Grabs the mic and yells.
Especially those guys that aren't afraid to fucking talk shit to people in the front row and stuff.
He grabbed the mic. I don't need to be in this shit kicking.
Yes,
now.
yeah. Look at you fat fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like I just fucking yuck it up at indie wrestling managers, man. I
Meanwhile,
love them.
he's delivering this promo in a southern accent, so it
Yeah,
doesn't make any
yeah.
sense. He's from that town.
Well,
I don't know you, Gary.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
Well, let's see here. Justice,
You work at the Slurp and Gurp. Food there. I've
Justice
seen you
and-
at the Slurp and Gurp, Gary. Gary.
You're gonna be making me a Slurpee tomorrow.
You call me toothless. I fitted you for your dentures. Martel and Justice defeated DJ Taylor and Mike McQuinn.
Damn, these are some bad names.
SW Steele.
Oh, that's the worst.
He's the local guy. He's the one that knows the promoter. He's
Yep.
like the baby face that's always in that promotion.
Mm-hmm.
He fought SWAT to a double count out.
SWAT sounds like it should be a tag team, not one guy.
Not one guy, yeah.
Because when you think of a SWAT team, they're like
Mhm.
5 people or more, not one dude. I'm SWAT. No, you're not.
No, his actual name is Stephen Walter Anthony Taylor, aka SWAT.
SWAT.
Tony Early.
Oh God.
He's never late. He's always early.
Yep.
Beat Desert Warrior
Nice.
to retain the ever so coveted
Oh.
SECW Heavyweight
Oh
Championship.
God, he's the champion too.
Yes. All right. Now, this one, I'm sorry, it doesn't have one match. It has 2 matches reported, but there is a name on here that we know.
Okay.
This Southeast Championship Wrestling was also on June 22nd in Batesburg, South Carolina, with an attendance of 53.
It went down.
The
It
house.
was
Yeah.
80 and it went down.
It's because of SWAT.
Yeah.
Can't draw.
No, Spike pissed everybody off.
SWAT
What?
can't read either.
Show you, Spike. We ain't gonna show up to the next show.
but SWAT can't draw. He can't read. Illiterate bitch.
Desert Warrior beat CW Justice. And the only other match written down or reported for this event, SWAT, yep,
Jesus.
beat SW Steel.
Wasn't that
But-
match just happened?
So wait, SWAT's the champion?
No, Tony Early is the SECW
Oh,
champion.
yeah, that's right.
But due to Ireland's later arrival, they had to have another match.
I love that we're reporting this like it's important.
Right.
But SWAT, here's the only name of note here on this event. SWAT was managed by Daryl Van Horn.
Ooh, the sinister minister.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jim Mitchell.
Wow.
So there you go. Humble beginnings or what have you. He's about to head to WCW, but before that, he was in front of
This
53
wasn't
people.
even humble beginnings. This was like, Jesus Christ, I'm about to fucking be in fucking destitute because he had already been in Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, true.
Hi, is this Daryl? Yeah, who's this? This is Eric Bischoff. Oh, really? What do you want? Why don't I do a job? Are you paying more than 58 people?
Yeah, you're fucked, SWAT. SWAT, you're fucked.
I'm going to go manage Wrath and Mortis.
That is it. That's the indie highlights for this week. So
Now-
that'll be a wrap on the show.
There are rumors that in a couple of weeks, Tony Early will be losing the title. What is it, the SEC?
Yeah,
Championship?
SECW.
SECW. Yes, he will be losing it to Bobby later.
His tag team
he
partner
actually teams with. Oh,
no. His tag team partner is Jerry Now.
damn it!
Right.
You stole my joke. That was a joke I was about to make.
Their team name is Now and Later,
Now and later, right? Right,
and they both suck.
right. Now and later. Tony gets some revenge though.
They're terrible. They're hard to get rid of.
Tony goes back to his roots and brings his little brother in. His little brother, Frankie Soon.
Frankie soon.
Soon
Turns
Now
out-
and Later.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, we could have made the best independent promotion in the 90s.
Yes.
Our
Instead,
names alone would have made the 47 people in attendance happy.
yes. Instead, we get this. Whatever this is. But before this gets any worse, I'm going to put a wrap on it.
Which there's a wrap on Now and Later. You got to throw it out there.
They come out to Laffy Taffy, which
I was
doesn't make
gonna
any
say-
doesn't make any sense.
Say
But
that they're Now and Later is going to fight Jim Laffy and Terry Taffy.
Terry Taffy.
Now and Later versus Laffy Taffy.
Now, they lose to Laffy Taffy, and now leaves later and makes a new tag team with Jimmy Now. Oh, yeah, Now. And they become Now or Never.
Now or never.
It's now or never.
And everybody out in the crowd snickered.
Right. They're all like, yay.
And they're feuding with the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
But nobody, I guarantee nobody on that show made $100,000.
No, ever in their career.
They're gonna be in one specific town next week though for a big event. It's the Charleston Chew. And everybody's gonna get a payday. Or so that's what the promoter's saying.
Right. What did you get? I got a payday. What did you get? I got $100,000. What? No, I got a candy bar.
And the tournament they're all going to be in? The Reese Cup.
Oh, God.
It'll be filmed in pieces. Oh, and I didn't know tonight's show would divulge into wrestling confectionery humor. I like
Reese Cup. Not myself. I'm sorry.
You're a Reese Cup champion. SWAT.
It's down.
What an airhead. All right. We're signing off. Thank you for joining us, everybody, for this, The Slice of Time. Aaron, Archie, thank you for joining me.
Oh.
We'll see everybody. I think coming up next week, we'll be covering International Incident with the 6-man tag with Michaels, Ahmed, and Sid against Camp Cornette. And we'll also be covering the Raw from the Key Center where Farouk attacks Ahmed, I believe.
Yay.
Well, to plug other shows, what are we going to be doing on the weekend?
Hall of Shame.
Hall of Shame.
Hall of Shame is coming up. That's right. The Hall of Shame is coming up. It's Aaron's big day. Every year, the Hall of Shame coming up on the We Can't Wrestle podcast. That being said, everybody, guys, thank you for joining me, and we will see everybody next week. Check out We Can't Wrestle podcast. Check out Reliving the Extreme. Check out What the Arch is Cooking. Check out Aaron's new show, The Year That Was.
It's this week.
And we'll see you next time around.
The Reese Cup.